Well, hello there. This is Kathy Crow at the Crow Cottage. Thank you for joining me. Jeff peeked his head around the corner and said, "Aren't you going on?" And I said, "Yeah, I am. Why?" He said, "Because it's like 1 minute to 1. I thought you were going on at 1 o'clock." It's like, yes, I actually thought I was, and I apologize for being late here, but I am here finally, and I actually can see, hopefully, comments now. So I think we're all good. Today, it is Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day, if you can say the words happy Memorial Day. I'm not sure that that's actually appropriate. I did notice when Jeff and I went down just now, we got back from Menards, one of our favorite places now that we've moved to Missouri. I never knew anything about Menards. But I needed to get, our squirrels have been really enjoying the sunflower seeds out back, like a lot. So I needed another big giant bag. And the last time I hauled one home for me, I mean, they sell really giant ones there. And I really kind of hurt my back a little bit. So I took Jeff this time. And anyway, while we were there, I saw the memorial flowers and that they sell there. That's really a big thing here in the South. It is not so much where we came from. People do not honor people in general, whether they are passed away or not, in the community that we came from. Now, that's not true of all the people in that community, obviously, but it's very different. And so we've just really appreciated being here, and it's made me more aware of things that I probably didn't think a lot about before. But our military, our police officers, all of our service personnel, from medical people all the way to teachers and trainers and all that, they are really valuable. Well, hey, I'm not sure if that's Kathy Crow. There's another Kathy Crow in Illinois. It's like, it's sweet when she joins me. Anyway, just saying appreciation for you. And today, the set I'm using, I'm actually doing a little coffee box. Because I was thinking of what kinds of things I could, we give things to people who have lost loved ones. We go visit the cemeteries and put flowers on the graves. But, the people who sacrifice their loved ones for our protection and furthering the cause of freedom around the globe, those costs are felt by all the family members. So I was thinking it would be kind of nice to do a little box that, let me see, I happen to have a Virtuo coffee maker. It's really cool. It has these little things. Now, coffee pods come in all different sizes, but this little box would fit any of them. This is one of the big ones, and I think it's going to actually fit in there. I know the little one does, but I think the big one does too. I will find out. I put a big one in here just because I'll find out when that box is made if that really fits in there. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to use by my side. This is a really cute stamp set, and I looked through the catalog to see where's a coffee cup, because I want to have a little coffee cup in her hand. And I actually found one from our old Warm Hugs. This is a very cute little tag set that was a Christmas one not too awfully long ago. So you might have it kicking around, and it has that little coffee cup in it. So that's what I'm using for that. Anyhow, I keep my old stamps. I don't know about you. I hope you do. I rarely sell stamps, very rarely, because like this day, it just happens that I need something that is retired, right? And so anyway, I'm going to put this down, and then we will get started. And I'm hoping my camera doesn't go nuts. I can try to dangle my little cord. Since Jeff and I were out and about, I didn't realize how dangerously low in battery power my phone was getting. Normally I keep it plugged in before I do this so that I don't have to worry about that, but today I wasn't even thinking about it, and I have my own coffee on the side. I haven't even finished yet because I had no idea it was getting so late. All right, so the little box that I'm actually going to make is a copy of the one my little sample cup things come in when I order my coffee sleeves, because I have to order mine, of course. I never like what's on a counter. It seems like ever in my life, I'm always... And then when COVID hit, it was just like, sweet, the whole world joined me. But I'm not the only one anymore that orders everything in. But anyhow, this box is a slider box. So I've got my directions all over it. And that's what we're gonna make. When I pulled out this set warm by my side, and by the way, please share my videos. Thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate it. And also in encouraging you to keep your old supplies. I know we have to get rid of things once in a while when there's not room anymore for things, but on the other hand, you might want to keep some things around because it just makes it a lot easier to use some of these stamp sets. Anything with people in it, I find very handy to have some old sets. So for this one, I pulled out our little hot dog for the sentiment and the little balloons, and those are fitting in his little hands. Very cute. For these cards, I brought out my Coming Home Christmas set and the Farmhouse Christmas set because those houses are cartoony and they go really well. And there's also a stamp sentiment thing that we got in our celebration a year or two ago that had some funny little sentiments that I thought went really well with this set. Now for this one, I went all the way back to that Let the Good Times Roll or Thrill Ride. I forget exactly what it was called, but it had this pop-up roller coaster. I haven't put these on cards yet because I just haven't had time to. We did have fun this weekend as well. This actually has a fun little pop. This, I cut it away because this actually cuts out into a card, and I cut it away so I could just stick it on the front, and then I could have all of the roller coaster. This was running through my mind because we went to Silver Dollar City not long ago, and anyway, you might have some of this New Horizon paper kicking around. That came in really handy for these cards. Again, just using this set and cutting out. I had to fussy cut out the kids because there's no die with this set, which is fine, but they're not too hard to cut out. Their hands stick out really nice, so you can put things in them. So that's going to be really handy. Again, if you have things left over, like this little guy with some pants on probably would be really cool with those candy canes, huh? So look at your old set, see what you have. You never know. This is actually from it was a pop-up house. And Pop On By, I think is the name of it. And for this one, I just cut out some more of those cute little pampered pets. Aren't those cute? That also was a stamp set that's retired now. And yeah. So I'm going way, way back, old school here, to get enough stuff to stamp with. To add to this set. Now you can do it just very, very simple. Like for the first one that I did, I just sponged a sky background and a ground background around this, and you can do that, and it looked pretty good. I could have just stamped the sentiment, like maybe embossed it, and it would have been just fine, but I'm gonna go ahead and just stamp the one that I'm gonna want. I just am gonna do her today for this box. And anyhow, let me grab out my block. Now the little bird, it's pretty easy to stamp around it and not even put the little bird in her hand. If you're careful about what you're doing, you don't even have to mask. You can just use the corner of your stamp pad and the sides, and you can stamp around like this, and then you won't even have to fussy cut her out. Now I'm probably going to end up fussy cutting it anyway because that's what I was intending to do, but we'll see how successful I am here. Oop, I already see I got the bird. So I'm probably going to end up having to fussy cut. I'll try to clean that off a little, but usually once I've hit that, usually it doesn't really work out. I could have just masked it with some tape and then stamped it and then peeled that tape right off, and that would have worked great, but of course I didn't do that. All right, we'll do it this way. And that way, if it works out and I can use it as a tag, well, there you go. I will do that. So that probably will work. I've already stamped and cut out the little mug that's from that other set. So that is just gonna fit right on there. So even though there's a little flub there on her hand, that's actually gonna work out just fine. All right, she is very cute. Have you got kids home today at all? If you have any little kids home today, this is a good time to start breaking out the jokes. Get out your little joke site. There's actually a joke site called On Teachers Pay Teachers. It's a website that has a whole bunch of different school supplies and all. And so if you are looking for knock jokes and all of that sort of thing, they actually have those on there too. They have all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to go through some of that as we go. Right now we are getting ready to have, in May, it's the last time to get in on the deal. We only have a couple of days left here to get on the deal that we are having for Stampin' Up! Right now. Every time you get the starter kit, you get all the in colors, and you get a paper pack of in colors and free shipping and all that. So you're getting a whole lot of really neat stuff. And on my team, I like to give people things, so you get other things too. All right, so I'm gonna make the bottom of our box from soft suede, and the top is gonna be from Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight is actually a retired color, but I wanted to stick with more military type colors for this. Again, this would be a nice little memorial gift for somebody who's lost a loved one in the military. So we're gonna cut this basic. You know what I just realized is my measurements are actually bigger than my box. I'm gonna have to go get a bigger piece, because this one needs to be 9 5/8, and of course this is 8 5/8, and I just didn't even realize that until just now. But I do have if I can find it, I do have a 5.5 by 11. I mean a 12 by 12. It's a matter of finding it is the problem. Let's see where you are. I have you. You can hear me rattling around in my stash. I am going to just grab a piece of, not black. Black won't be quite thick enough. Let's see what I've got. I need something pretty sturdy. Since it's a box, I don't want it to be too terribly flimsy. So my Stampin' Up! Paper is actually very sturdy, and that's what I'm hunting for. I don't use the 12 by 12 a lot, so I am having a hard time locating it. Actually kind of odd that I'm having a hard time. I wonder if I have it down over here. I might have it in another spot. I am not seeing it. Where in the world is my Stampin' Up! 12 by 12? Okay, I'm going to have to just grab something else. I'm not seeing my Stampin' Up! 12 by 12. Oh, here it is. Aha, found it, thankfully. All right. There we go. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and use a Night of Navy piece of 12 by 12 for the bottom. I actually wanted brown, but navy's going to work too. So we're going to cut this at 9 5/8 by 11. So I'm just going to put this aside for now. I don't want to color it yet because I don't really know. So this is our little coffee box. And we're starting at 9 5/8 by 11 inches. And then we are going to score it on the long side. Well, actually, we're not even going to score it on the long side. We're going to just score it on the short side. We're going to score it at 1 inch and 2 3/8 of an inch. Okay, I'm doing this kind of longhand style here for you, so you can write these down if you want. 3 5/8 of an inch, 6 inches, 7 3/8 of an inch, and 8 5/8, 5/8 of an inch. Okay, that's what we're going to do there. And then eventually we're going to get to the long side. We only have a couple there. For the long side, we are just scoring it at 1/4 of an inch, 1.5 inches, 3 inches, 8 inches, and 9.5 inches, and one more, 10 3/4 of an inch. Okay. All right. That is a lot of measurements, I understand. Okay. So we'll have to get out the big arm on the cutting machine. So here's my questions for today. How do all the oceans say hello to each other? These are good, clean kid jokes for you while you're watching me put this together. So we're going to score this, first of all, 9 5/8. So if you go to your 1/2 inch measurement, and then it's the next 1/8 inch up. So that's 9 5/8. Okay, and then we're going to score it at 11 inches this way. And it should be cutting 1 inch off, since that's 12 by 12. All right, now this is 11, so that's the long side. I'm going to turn it to the short side. This is the side I want to score, first of all. So how do all the oceans say hello to each other? Okay, this is a really easy one, okay? You can figure this one out. Even children should be able to figure this one out. Now, I have to pay attention to my measurements, or I'm going to get this all wrong. So I'm going to score it at 1 inch. So I'm coming up here and putting it at 1 inch. Okay, there's that one. The next one is 2 3/8. So there's 1 2 3/8. Score that. And 3 5/8 right there. Okay, and 6 inches, that's an easy one. 7 3/8. Get that accurate. 8 5/8. Boy, it's actually a little warm in my room. Usually it's cold in here, but I'm feeling a little toasty. It's supposed to get to 85 today, and it's a tiny bit humid, not bad. All right, now turn it. That should be 1 inch, and that doesn't look like quite 1 inch on the side. I wonder why not. It should be. Okay, well, we'll figure that out as we go. That's funny. My measurements must just be off a hair. All right, and I could have gotten out my score tool. You know, we do have, I don't know, I think we still sell it. I hope so, because it's actually one of our more useful tools, a scoreboard. And you get more accurate scores when you do that. This one's easy for me to use, but it is not as accurate. So we're going to do the long side, starting at 1/4 of an inch. Okay, I turned it. 1/4 is like right there. You don't get a lot of extra, so make sure you're lined up down here too when you get that in place. So there's 1/4 of an inch, and then 1.5. That's easy. All right, how do all the oceans say hello to each other? They wave, right? They wave. That's a good one. 3 5/8 is the next one. 3 5/8. All right, and okay, 6 inches. Uh-oh. I'm doing the wrong ones. Of course, I'm doing the wrong ones. 1/4, 1.5. I'm gonna have to start over because I'm afraid I'll get all mixed up. So let's just start over again. 9 5/8. Let me cut this out again really fast. 9 5/8 by 11, and we'll just start all over again. This is what happens when I get distracted with those jokes. I start thinking about those and not paying attention to what I'm doing. All right, so we'll start again. Starting on the short side, okay, we'll score again, and it's starting at 1 inch. Sorry about that. We'll see if these measurements come out a little better than they did last time. I'm gonna go just a hair in, see what happens. 1 inch and 2 3/8. You were probably saying, no, those are the same ones you just did. 2 3/8. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I have to count the eighths to see that I'm doing it right. 3 5/8. Right there. And 6 inches. And 7 3/8. There. And 8 5/8. All right, that actually ended up being better than the one I did before. I think I was more careful. Okay, this is where I messed up before I turned it. Let's make sure I'm looking at the right instructions. 1/4 of an inch. Okay, that's gonna be real skinny there. That's just a little flap that we need. And 1 1/2. Okay, 1 1/2. 3 inches. I'm sweating actually. I might have to put the fan on me. 8 inches. Okay, this is looking lots better. As I was scoring the other one, I was thinking that doesn't look right. 9 1/2. And then 10 3/4, which is gonna leave you just a 1/4 inch on the edge here. Just about a 1/4 of an inch there. The same as on that side. Now we are gonna do some cutting on these. Okay. All right, let me get my scoring tool out of the groove so I don't lose it. All right, so what we are gonna do, I'm gonna turn it this way, and we're gonna cut away some of these things. So let me show you what we're gonna cut away. Okay, we are gonna actually keep our little 1/4 here, and this square, and this square. We're gonna keep part of this square. Okay, so we're gonna take off a little bit less than half. Okay, and then we're keeping all of that. We're gonna get rid of this and this and this and this. I hope you can see my white pen. It's kind of, might be hard for you to see. Maybe I should put a light on here. No, it looks like you can see it pretty well. All right, and then we are gonna cut away here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. We're also gonna take about a 1/4 of an inch off of this edge. So let me grab a ruler and then measure a 1/4 of an inch. If I can see this blade with this. I can't, here, let's just use the mat, all right? We've got inches right here, so I'll just use the mat. So here's a 1/4 inch right here. Using these measurements, we're gonna take off this right here. Okay. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing on this side as we did on that side. So we're gonna take all of these top bits out, and we're gonna take these two out, and then we're gonna go measure 1/4 inch down. And that one doesn't have my inches, so let me move this around here, and I can use my 1/4 inch measurement. There's the 1/4 inch right there. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay, so we're taking that out right there. Okay, now we're going to flip it around and do the same thing on this side. All right, we're going to leave this top part. We're going to leave this part and this part. We're going to get about half. This doesn't have to be exact. This is just a tuck-in glue thing, so you could measure it if that bugs you to have things, you know, uneven. And we're going to take these out, and these out, and these out. Okay, like that. And then we're going to measure a 1/4 inch down. And I didn't really need my ruler, so let me toss that over here. But not really toss it. I might use it. You never know when you need a ruler. All right, what did one wall say to the other wall? I bet you've heard this one. This one sounds like a familiar joke. So I'm measuring a 1/4 inch there, and oh, I did that on that side already. Okay, one there, like that. We're gonna cut that off. And a 1/4 inch down there, and we're gonna cut that off. Okay. All right, so what did one wall say to the other wall? This is a good one. Hey, Will. Oh, Will's here. I'm sorry, I didn't even see there were people here. Awesome. Oh, yeah, coffee. Yum, yum. Excellent. And Diana, it's nice to see you, Diana. How are you, and what's your weather like today? I bet it is warm. I think the Tri-Cities have looked like they're pretty warm, so you guys probably are doing pretty good, too. Nice and warm. You know what? I think before I use my blade, I'm going to just go ahead and cut all of these out. I mean, you use the score tool. You're going to want to use your bone folder to score all of this away. Now, I did cut all the way there. That's okay. You're going to want to cut all the way down there, but don't cut that off. Okay, we're cutting down there, but we're not cutting it actually off. That we're cutting off. And just to make sure my cuts are all straight, I'm going to just go like this, there, and there. It's easier just to cut on these fold lines and just make straight cuts. I have to keep touching my, oh, Donna, it's nice to see you too. So I hope you guys are having a good Memorial Day weekend. We were in Branson last week and had a wonderful time. It was so fun. And of course the weather got really beautiful just as we were leaving. But that's the way life always is. And Jeff and I actually were there courtesy of a timeshare company paying for our trip. So that worked out really nicely. They were very disappointed we didn't buy into their timeshare, but we did hear all about it. It would have been a great deal if we wanted to spend all of our vacation money that way, but we don't. All right, so you're gonna just cut all of that off. And there. Make sure you don't cut that flap off because we want that flap. And we're gonna cut down to that fold line, but not cut that flap off. All right, so what did one wall say to the other wall? I'll meet you at the corner. That's a good one. Again, these are kids' jokes, okay? Don't stone me. I'll meet you at the corner. These are good. Your kids could remember these. I could have even remembered these. And I was never good at telling jokes. You know, some people are really good at telling stories, so they tell jokes really well too. Ministers must practice. They must have like a class that teaches them how to tell stories. They must, because most of them are really good at what they do. Okay, now you're going to just what is it called? Burnishing. When we do this, we're going to just burnish all of these folds. so it folds nice. And this is gonna make it much easier to put our little box together. You're just folding it all towards. There's no mountain and valley and all that. You just are folding everything towards you. And then we'll see if I can put it together. There actually are little slots in my coffee box that I'm copying here. So I don't think I need the little slots, but we'll find out as we go. All right, so now I am gonna need some glue. So these are gonna just fold like this. It all folds right in on each other. I guess these actually go like this, I forgot. So there is a valley fold. That's the only one though. That's gonna go like that. And then these are gonna go like this. I lied. These little 1/4 inch ones are also valley folds, because those are gonna go up. All right, just like this. And this is the bottom of your box. So what I'm doing is I'm just making sure everything's measuring correctly. It should all tuck in there nicely. It is. Okay, my edges should, if I could get my folds up there, should all tuck in nicely. If I could get my fold up, it would. There we go. Okay, that measurement is just off a tiny, tiny hair, but not bad. Once I get it glued in there, it'll be fine. That one's perfect. Okay, so now that I know it's all working good, now I'm gonna go ahead and glue. You could put tape in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do glue. I'm gonna put glue here and here. I am gonna put glue in here, all in here. These are all gonna just kind of go together. I'll do those side flaps after I get the rest of this done. Let's put some glue in here too, like this. Okay, so you are gonna go like this, right? Is that how it goes? Kind of forgotten now, yeah. That goes like this. All right, so we're gonna push these in, make sure they're snug in there. Since I've got glue, it's gonna hold really nicely. This goes like this, and that's gonna glue there. Oops, hold you in. I'm gonna have to put I'm gonna do this really quick before that. Let's put glue on these too. Okay, we're gonna put glue on everything now, just because I see I'm gonna need to. Okay, thought I'd have a little more wiggle time, but I'm really not. So these are gonna tuck inside here. That's why I need to make sure that glue is gonna hold that. Okay, we're gonna push hard, make sure that glue is holding. And same on this side. All right, there we go. Okay, so you're just gonna hold those, and then that makes a really nice, sturdy bottom. And this, now we can see if my coffee things will fit. Okay, so I would take some rubber cement and stick that in there. See, I got plenty of room. I could put really big ones, I can put little ones. Just 2 nice little coffee pods right in there for a gift. Okay, now we're gonna do, that's the bottom. Now we're gonna do the top. The top is much easier, so don't panic. All right, so now for the top, that's the bottom. This was the bottom. This is the coffee box top. Okay, we're gonna start with cutting a piece, and I'm gonna do it from this Misty Moonlight. 8 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then we're gonna score the long side. Okay, score long side at 1/4 of an inch, 2 3/4 of an inch, 4 1/4 of an inch, 6 5/8 of an inch, and that I think is it. I think that's the last measurement. All right, so here we go. Let's give it a go. All right, what do you call a bear with no teeth? Oh, I like this one. This one's a good one. Have I done this one before? It sounds almost familiar. All right, so we're going to do 8 inches this direction. 8 inches. And we're going to do 5 1/4 this way. 5 Hi, Sheila. It's nice to see you. 5 1/4. How are you guys doing? This would be a good gift for you, I think. I think you would enjoy this. 5 1/4. You know, those coffee pods are not that expensive, but if you're going to give a whole lot of gifts to people, separating them out like this is nice. And then you can buy, I buy sleeves with all kinds of different, we have a lot of different ones hanging around in our cupboard all the time. The ones that I brought in to do for this box are Eagle Cafe. I don't know what Eagle is. It's an espresso one, so this one's a small one. This one's vanilla custard pie. This one is a almost an 8-ounce cup, and it's pretty strong coffee. It's really good. I put tons of flavoring in mine. I'm kind of a wimp. All right, so scoring this alongside at 1/4 again of an inch, 1/4. Okay, let me rethink that one. There we go. 1/4. That's a very skinny one. And then 2 3/4. And 4 1/4. And 6 5/8. Okay, 6 5/8, which is a little hard. You see, I've got a little paint line here at 6, and that's 1/4. There's my half mark. So 5/8 is right up there. Because of our little fold line, it makes it hard to see that exact measurement. Another reason you can use your scoreboard, and it works out pretty good that way. So we'll burnish all of these. And then I'm going to make a little opening so they can see I've got a little coffee in there. Okay, so before we assemble this, let me get my cutting machine out. All right, what do you call a bear with no teeth? You call it a gummy bear. Don't you like gummy bears? This is a good one. You can have any kid who could guess that one. They could have a gummy bear. That would be good. Good incentive. So our little slide is going to go like this. It's going to glue right here. But one of these is going to be the top. It looks just slightly crooked to me. I might have to look here. That looks just slightly crooked. So before I work it too much, I think what I needed is I needed another quarter fold right here. So we're going to do another quarter fold. But at any rate, one of these is the top. It doesn't matter, they're the same size this way or this way, but I'm going to want my glue to be at the bottom, and this is going to be the top. So I'm going to just position it here. That's going to be my top. And I'm going to grab out, these are our scalloped contours. I'm going to take, not the smallest one, because it actually has little slits on the side, so I don't want that. We'll take this next one up, and we'll get it in the middle. Ooh, that one's just a bit big. I thought that one would work. I'm going to have to do the slit one, because that's going to be too big. We'll do this one. I thought the other one would work, and it didn't. Oh, well. Figures. And then you'll need a window sheet. And I did not get out my window sheets. I wonder If that's something I can find easily or not, I don't know. I hope so. What do you call cheese that isn't yours? Oh, come on. This is not a good one. What do you call cheese that isn't yours? And the answer is nacho cheese. Not nacho cheese. Haha, yeah, that one, weak. Now you can save this if you want to and use that on something else, but we're gonna just leave it aside for now. I could use it on a card, but I doubt that I will take the time to do that. This is Memorial Day, and it's beautiful. Windy. I might want to go out on a bike ride. I doubt it. Usually when it's windy, I don't really feel like doing that. But you never know. I think I've got window sheets right here. Where are they? I have a container with labels, window sheets, and no window sheets in it. So that's not useful at all. What did I do with them? That is hilarious. What could I have done with them? I know I have window sheets here somewhere. I've got some linen paper. Now you can take almost anything and make it into a window sheet. It's true. All right. Since I can't find any window sheets, I'm going to take a plastic bag. Going to have to be my window sheet for today, because now the window sheets are actually, and why they are gone I don't know, but they're thicker, you know, so they actually work out better. Let me look one other place. Might possibly have a window sheet. Nope, not seeing them. Fine. Okay, so we'll just cut a piece of this. I hate to cut a nice bag, but we're gonna have to. And then we'll just eyeball it here. So I'm gonna just want to tape it a little shorter than that. There we go. It's still a little big. Let me trim that up a bit. That side looks pretty straight. There we go. A little bit more here. Okay. All right, now I can get that on there. So we'll just put a little bit of glue. Is this the side I want? Yes. No, it isn't. This is the side I want. Nacho cheese, huh? That kids would like that one. That one, not good for me, but kids would like that one. Okay. Where do cows go for entertainment? Oh, this is more my speed. Where do cows go for entertainment? This is a good one. You can get this one. Now, when that glue dries, you are not going to see it. Our glue is transparent. You're just, if you rub it like this, and it's fairly flat. If it's, you know, thick amount, you can see it. But if it's fairly flattened out, it'll dry and be pretty nice. So now you've got your nice little window. Let me do that 1/4 inch of edge to get a nice fold where I needed it. I actually needed it, I think, on, yeah, this side. There's a little bit of a fold here, just a little. There we go. That's much better. Okay. Okay, where do cows go for entertainment?
they go to the movies. Movies. Isn't that good? We have a lot of cows around here, so that's a good one for us. Not in our exact neighborhood, no. I just mean in general. There's a lot of cows around. Our cows don't have any bad smell. I don't know what it is about Missouri cows. I think if they were in a feedlot. Jeff says it's because they're not in feedlots. Back in Washington State, the only cows pretty much we ever smelled were ones in feedlots. They were really pungent. All right, now it is a little sticky just because I've got glue there. If you'd not wanted stickiness, you could have probably done tape, you know, but I wanted glue. All right, so there we go. Let me put my coffee pods in here. That cute. And then we can take our little girl. We're going to color her. We can use the tag, I suppose. Now, another thing I was going to use, I don't think I'm going to use it now, but we do have some abstract beauty paper, and this blue is really pretty. Most of it has, on one side, it has gold foil on all of those sheets, and they're all different ones. And I was going to use this to do the sides and whatnot, but I think I'm going to like it just as it is. I don't think that's going to be necessary. So I've decided I'm not going to use it. I was going to, but now not. All right, let's see what we want for colors for you. I want, first of all, let's get these out. Okay. All right, first of all, I need to find our petal pink. Where are you, petal pink? Are you in here? Yes, you are, petal pink. So we'll get out the light petal pink and do her skin first. All right. First in the glasses, because I kind of like those to be a little lighter in color. So if I can go fast over those, usually works out better. And look at the skinny end here and here. There's her legs. You could put leggings on her. That would be cute. And well, we'll just use the dark one. I'll give her a little bit of a rosy cheek here. And let's see, we've got Night of Navy. Seaside Spray. What are you? You are Seaside Spray. Oh, okay. I must be running out of Seaside Spray because I have some that is out already. Let's do our Seaside Spray. Let's put some dark Night of Navy. Let's just do a little bit of an outline here and here. Here and here. We'll do her shoe. Okay. That's the light one. Now we'll grab our light Seaside Spray and we'll see if it's working. Yeah, I'm running out. That's why I have those new ones. I'm running out. We'll get that edge blended in there a little bit. If you just run over it, it lightens that up nicely, but still leaves a little dark edge. Okay, there we go. If you wanted to add blue to our glasses, you can. That kind of looks good. I'm not going to do that, but it actually looks pretty good. And my rubber band just broke. All right, then let's do, although it's not, let me grab a painty pen. These are our little, we don't have these, but you can get them at any store. And that one's gold. Gold's not looking all that gold. Let's try silver. Silver, you're better. Okay, we're gonna go over my little lines with silver just for fun. You could do the glasses too, but then it will cover up your black ink and you won't see it, so you don't probably want to do that. All right, blonde hair. Let's go with some, we'll get our dark Daffodil Delight for starters. And let's get the pointy end. Give her blonde hair. And then So Saffron. I kind of am fond of the So Saffron for the, ooh, the light So Saffron. Okay, that's working out pretty good. I want it to be a little lighter on the top, like the crown, where the light would be hitting her head. So all you need to do is just find a lighter pen. You can get the, So Saffron is one of our lightest ones. But you can actually get, you know, anything that's going to be lighter. So I've got, let me see, where is my blending pen? This is called a color lifter. You know, it can work. I find it not the greatest. It's okay. You can take a petal pink, the very light petal pink. Sometimes you can get a better effect with that, depending on how light the color is that you're trying to remove. A petal pink's still a little bit darker, so it's not working. So if you're working with something that's really light and you want some extra white, I just go with a gel pen or a different alcohol pen that's actually lighter, just to get a bit of highlights there on the top of her head. Okay, and you can do that with the glasses, with the eye, if you want to. You know, that's how you can add just a tiny bit of highlighting to it. And we could do this, I could fussy cut her out. She'd be kind of cute. Fussy cut it out with a little label. Should we do that? I've been cutting out a lot of these. Every time I go to stamp it, I'm like, okay, this time I'm not gonna fussy cut it out just because it's around the legs that are a little bit hard. And I'm gonna put it on a label this time. And then once I get going on the card, I never have done it yet. I have fussy cut every single one of these people out so far, which is kind of defeats the purpose of having no dies. You're supposed to come up with things that don't require fussy cutting, but it's not that hard. And you can get rid of her little hairs if you don't want to bother, you know, cutting around every single hair. You don't really have to do that. So we'll just trim off the little stray hairs there. And you don't have to go in on that hand, you know. So this one is actually easier than a lot of things that I've fussy cut. It's just the legs. Easy to cut a leg off. All right, so if we do that, we could maybe use, nope, that's too big. All right, so we're gonna stick her on here. Isn't she cute? And then we need her little cup. Again, this is from the Warm Hugs one, and I think we're gonna go with some, oh, let's see, milky, not so milky. What have we got here? That one's too light. Let's find the darker one. I don't have these actually marked very well. They're just numbered. This one is 400. I need to mark these with some kind of a name so I can see what the color actually is. So we'll put our coffee in there and we'll make our mug. No, not so saffron. Let's do the Delight. Daffodil. Daffodil Delight. Okay, like that. Oops. A little bit of blue on the bottom. And little Daffodil Delight. There we go. There. All right, now she's got her little mug, and now we just need a little label. All right, so let's find a good label. This is from our Stylish Dies. Okay, won't that work out well? We'll put that there. And if you wanted to put paper under it, that would look good, but I want to see my coffee things. But if you wanted to do that, you know, you wouldn't even have to have the window in it. You could just do that. That would look pretty good too. But we'll stamp our sentiment in there. And let's see, where did I put the stamp set? I'm kind of floundering here because I don't see where did I put our stamp set? Good grief. Every single week I do this. It's called By My Side. I had it right in my hand. It's not on my desk. It's gotta be right here nearby, though. I haven't gone places while we've been doing this, have I? I did walk around a little bit, but not much. Huh. That is so funny. How do I lose these things so easily? Okay, did I turn around and lay it down? Yes, I did. I turned around and I laid it down. Okay. So our stamp thing, what did I want to do? Thinking of you today. That's what I wanted to do. Thinking of you today. That's perfect. Okay. There's a whole bunch of really good ones, but we're going to just stick with that one. And all right. Well, here, are you ready for another one? Oh, this is a knock one. Knock, knock, who's there? Cows go who? No cows go moo. That's actually really a good, that's a good one. All right. You got to say it right, though. Obviously, I wasn't doing it right. Okay, here's another one. What do you call a cow with no legs? Oh, come on. This is a bad one. I wouldn't do this one. This one's called, the answer is ground beef. No, I don't think so. Don't do that one. Your kids they probably won't. They'll be like me, getting weird pictures of hooves and legs. You know, you don't want to do that. All right. That one's just really a bad one. What do you call a cow with 2 legs, though? Oh, this one's cute. Okay, what do you call a cow with 2 legs? This is actually a good one. All right, thinking of you today, cute. We'll put some dimensionals on you. Lean meat, you know, leaning because it's on 2 legs. Now that one is clever. I like that one. Trying to get rid of the last of this dimension. I've got see these black ones stuck here. Trying to get rid of these. All right. What do you call a pig that knows karate? I've heard of this one. Karate chop. That's a good one. Oh, a pork chop. I'm sorry. Not karate chop. Pork chop. You got to say it right. I'm not doing it right. Oops, let's get the tag on here. We could put a little ribbon on there. That would look good, but I just don't want to distract, so I'm not going to. I'm going to just do that. Stick one here. Like that. And like this. And a little mini piece on my cup. And there we go. Cute. There's your little coffee mug. Resting right in her hand. Cute. Now what do you think? Pretty sweet deal, huh? All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. That was a pretty quick turnaround today with our by my side stamp set. Again, don't forget to join somebody's team. If you haven't, you can join our team. We'd love to have you. Join somebody's team. The end of May, you're still getting that wonderful little package, extra package. If you don't do it, then wait a little bit because there will be another one coming up, I know. In July, we're going to get a new catalog. That's going to be exciting. So if you join now, then you will be able to see the new catalog early and get to order from it early. And that's a really sweet treat. There are some fun things coming up in the new one. And it always has holiday things in it. And if you're like me, you get kind of wound up into summer activities and don't want to think about holiday stuff, but you know you need to because you want to make things. The holiday catalog is a great way to get you excited about Christmas at a time of the year when you don't want to be thinking about Christmas at all, but you know you need to, you know. So it actually works out really well because I always look at the catalog and think, I don't even want to think about Christmas stuff. And then once I start looking at the cute samples and the supplies, the stamps, dies, ribbons, paper, it's like Christmas. It's sweet. So, yeah, it's just a really neat perk of being what we call a hobby demonstrator. Now, a hobby demonstrator never is expected to sell anything. You don't have to. It's actually quite easy to stay in Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator without trying to sell anyone. But I also am going to just say that when you make so many cute little things like little doodads like this, people want to know how you're doing it because they're so cute. And it makes it really easy to just say, yeah, I'd love to have you join me and come and do this with me. And they will. And then you get somebody along with you. And it helps you to budget out your supplies a little bit better too. On our team, we pretty much are just all hobby demonstrators. We love to do it. We are doing it for fun and not to, guilt people into joining us. So please consider joining our team. We would love to have you. I do everything online, so it's easy to do. And anyhow, speaking of that, we have a team meeting coming up, and things like this are what we do on our team meeting. We do a card project usually, but sometimes we do things like this too. And I send all of those supplies to you. My team ladies just have to supply their own stamps to do, because they do it online. We're all kind of spread out, so we do it online together. It's very fun. If you are in the Springfield area, I'd love to have you as a local person. That would be sweet too. And then we could do some things in person. That's always fun. So be looking out for those things. If you have a friend that wants to join you, this is the time to tell them they only have a couple of days left to join you. There's not much time left in this segment of opportunity. So get in there, get it going. All right. Hey, Sonia, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. How are you doing? Hopefully well. Hopefully very well. All right. Thanks a lot. I hope to hear from you all again soon. And thanks again so much for watching, for sharing, subscribing to the newsletter and all of that stuff, and just enjoying Stampin' Up! With me. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend and enjoy the opportunities you have with family and friends. Say a prayer for our military, our police, and all the people who are busy busy protecting us and the free world, okay? All right, thanks again. Bye-bye.